Hi, Kiwi. Alright, so I'm going to do my second recording of the night before I probably call it a night. A hollow night, if you will. Okay, I'm back in the game. Anyway. So, we're on to... Now that I've beaten the first boss and I've gotten the soul, I know I can access the gardeny place. I've forgotten the proper name. But is that where I want to go next? Probably. So let's head over that way. I could hit up these other rooms first. Let's see. Alright, head straight to the right and we'll go... I'm gonna go hit up the extra rooms in the Forgotten Crossroads before I completely move on to the next area. Let's see, what else can I talk about in the meantime? So I was talking about baking. I was bragging about how wonderful the metric system is in compared to the imperial system that we were, for some reason, taught so ardently in grade school, but I don't understand why you would favor the imperial system. Like, I understand it was because back when the American settlers moved to America, they didn't really have a way of volumetrically, or a way of measuring things out by weight, well, not necessarily by weight, but by the metric system that was, I think, popularized in Europe at the time. So they had to make do with volumetrics and sorts of volumetric measurements and such. I could be wrong about that. I don't actually know the history for sure, but I believe that's the reason that it's at least the reason I was told. Whether it's true or not, not my place to know, I guess, without doing more research, which not doing today, that's for sure. But with all that said, just I know it can be off-putting to learn an entirely different means of measuring. Oh gosh! Oh, that scared me. Oh, it was a falling pillar thing. All right. Oh, can I not activate this without? I can't activate this without light. Okay, fair enough. We'll come back. But what I'm trying to get at is, once you learn the metric system, it just makes life so much easier for... If you're measuring on a regular basis, it's just so much easier to deal with. I mean, everything's in multiples of 10. How many milliliters do I need in a liter? 1,000. How many liters do I need... Or how many, like, deciliters do I need? 10. Whatever. Well, I haven't done the math right, but everything's a multiple of 10. And that makes it so much easier to go up to the next measurement. But when you're dealing with, like, cups and tablespoons and everything, it's like, all right, do quick math for me. How many milliliters do you need if you want 4 liters? You want 4,000 milliliters. Now, how many teaspoons are in a gallon? I don't think most people will know that off the top of their heads. If I wanted to go from milliliters to kiloliters, then it's another 1,000, so I'd want... Oh no, I have to prove that I can do math. Alright, bail out. But that's what calculators are for, I suppose. I guess that's a fair argument. Let me figure out where I'm going before I ramble more about nonsense. I want to go straight down. Okay. But it's just like I've learned the measurements because I bake so often. It's 3 teaspoons to a tablespoon, 4 tablespoons to a quarter cup, 4 quarters of a cup to a cup, 1 cup to or 2 cups to a pint, 2 pints to a quart, I think, and then 4 quarts to a gallon. I don't know. It's just none of those numbers are easy to work with when you're going from one to the other. If you want to know how, if you want a tablespoon, or if you want a cup in teaspoons, I think you need, what is it? It's 3 teaspoons is 1 tablespoon. You need, or 4 tablespoons for a quarter cup, so that's 12 times 4. That's 48 teaspoons to one cup. It's just not an easy thing to math out under most circumstances. So forgive me for being frustrated about it, but can you blame me? The metric system is just so much easier to work with. I pretty much just work in liters, and... Well, that was quick. I just work in milliliters and grams, and it's so easy. And like, it's a 1-to-1 ratio for the weight and volume of water. 1 gram of water is 1 milliliter of water, so it's very easy to just reliably measure out a cup, which is 240, well, depending on who you ask, it's either 240 or 250 grams or milliliters, but it's 1-to-1, so it's very easy to just, I don't have to, if they give me a volume, I know how much volume I need. Oops, mistimed that. I love the down air attack, but sometimes I just completely botch the timing on it. I'm sure that won't come back to kill me later on in the run. Not at all. It's the shopkeeper! If you wield your nail like a club. Esme, how much deeper do we have to go? Oh, what? Who are you? I see, this old village. What a strange dream to have led me down here. If you hadn't found me, I don't think I would have ever woken. I'm Sly. Usually, I live an uneventful life up in Dirtmouth. The air in these ruins doesn't agree with me, so I'd best be getting back. If you return above, come and see me. I'm probably the friendliest face left there, and I can thank you properly for your good deed. You're exploring then. Very brave. Plenty of courageous wanderers have been lost to the hunger of these old caverns. You have your nail, though, and I can tell just by looking that you know how to wield it. Alright, he said this already. Check out my geo number, 666. Not ominous at all. Alright. I'm going to explore these caverns a little bit more, and then we'll probably head to the garden. I wonder if I'll get to the boss of the garden before I call it a night. I hopefully will. I'd like to at least do that. But anyway, just going to say that was a lot of math at like 3 a.m. Forgive me if I completely botched numbers there. I really was... I shouldn't say I wasn't trying, because honestly I was trying really hard. So if I screwed up, it's even sadder. But, I mean, I had to bail out for the milliliters to kiloliters, but if I think about it carefully, it's 1,000, so it would be 100,000. It's not actually that hard. If I'm wrong, you can make fun of me. I probably deserve it, frankly. But, like, it just... all I want to say is, when you open my eyes to both baking and measuring by weight, but also just using the metric system for everything. My god, there was no going back. And obviously, we use the metric... I was using the metric system long before that for, like, physics and chemistry calculations and things of that nature, but having a proper reason to use it... Nothing to do here, right? A door with an open slot. Cool. Alright, we did it. Yeah, so, like, obviously I was using it before from schooling, but I wasn't using it for, like, cooking and baking, and now I exclusively use it. Smaller measurements notwithstanding, it's hard to directly translate a teaspoon or a tablespoon of certain ingredients to grams, because the small amount lends it to have inaccuracies. So that's probably where the one place where we do draw the line and use the empiric system. But if we had a gram scale, if we had like a more sensitive scale, like a gram scale, I guarantee we would be using those using the metric system and then measurements by weight for that too. I don't think I can do anything here. Yeah, there's no saving our friend right now, sadly. Pardon me. I'm gonna put you to sleep, which I guess is my goal, but I'm putting myself to sleep first. That was really clean. Oh wow, I feel cool. That's not gonna happen again. I'm not gonna fight these guys. They're just a humble distraction for where we're headed. Alright, so I think the best way to go to get to where I want to go would probably be down and then straight to the left. There's still an area to the upper and right that I haven't gone to, but I believe I can't really make much headway going that way just yet, so we'll stick to this path for now. So I think I want to go... Oops. Oh dear, I have fallen and I can't get up. Oops. Well, I haven't been down this way, have I? May as well check it out since I'm here. I don't remember this. That doesn't mean I haven't been here. My short-term memory is lackluster. Okay, yeah, I haven't been this way just yet. But I can't actually do anything about that. I think the place where that leads, if I'm correct, is the Kingdom of Tears, which is hands down so far my favorite location. Just the ambiance, the music, it's so beautiful in a very solemn kind of humglum manner. But I've always loved the like raining aesthetic, and this game plays it so well. It just looks so nice. I was greedy, but it's fine. I have the HP. And here's some more HP. Oh gosh, I completely lost track. Okay, so I've been bashing on the empiric system and singing the praises of the metric system, but let's move on to a different topic now. Which then begs the question, what to talk about? So I guess, why don't I talk about what we did today? So, obviously, since I'm at home, it's hard to spend the usual amount of time where we're attached at the hip like we usually do. But I have been very much cherishing our little late night conversations and get-togethers. And we just watched the movie Klaus, which was very... I liked it a lot. I think, based on what I was reading on IMDb when I was looking up the names of some of the voice actors, I think it was released back in 2019, so I'm surprised it went this long without us seeing it. But I can understand why your mom likes it. The animation is unique. The characters are fun and pleasant. I like how they incorporated the origin. It's a Christmas movie for those unfamiliar with it, if you couldn't tell by the name Klaus. Which I guess you wouldn't necessarily, but Klaus. Either way. So I like how they kind of incorporate the mythos of Santa Claus. Very... they incorporate all of like the things that have become part of the Santa mythos as like little happenstance occurrences within the story of the movie. I thought it was really cute how some of those played out, like how the reindeers flying across the sky were just, well, they went down the slope and got launched into the air by accident. It's funny how it's funny. And the naughty list was just the one of the main characters being extraordinarily petty about a misbehaved child. And I do like some of the message about how clinging to tradition can be self-destructive in a lot of instances. I do think that's a message that I've certainly had to reflect on in my daily life. I don't want to go into too much detail because it's work-related stuff, but certainly when you're forced to accommodate outdated and honestly, I don't know if inappropriate's the right word, but out of tune with reality or modern science practices, it doesn't feel good. It really doesn't, and all you're doing is just feeding the ego of the people who are trying to uphold that mentality. And if it's not toxic, it's just both self-destructive and harmful. And I'm being as general as I can to avoid explicitly citing what I'm talking about, but I think I've come a long way in recognizing that. And it's interesting because even recognizing traditions that my parents uphold, maybe they're not as toxic as a toxic work environment can be, but they even those traditions, sometimes it's appropriate to say, well, that is how things were, but that doesn't mean that is how things should continue to be. And I think it's an important point in a person's growth and coming to terms with their environment when they can recognize those instances where even if it is someone you respect, even if it is someone whose overall opinions you value and treasure, everyone, we are human, we are fallible, we make mistakes, and being able to both recognize when those mistakes are made and recognizing those who are not willing to either accept those mistakes and learn from them or move on from them. Sometimes you have to be the person who chooses to move on when others don't. And that can be extraordinarily difficult. It's not easy. It really isn't. And And certainly that can lead to moments where bridges are burned, relationships crumble, because you have to stand your ground about what you know is right, what you feel is right. And it hurts. It doesn't always feel good, even if you are the one in the right. And sometimes the worst part is the self-doubt. Are you the one in the right? Are you making the right decision by standing to what you believe is correct? And I know this is probably dredging up some bad memories for you, so I'm probably going to end the conversation on this topic now, but what I want to say at the very least is what we've done with our lives, what we continue to do with our lives. I'm proud of you. I really am. You had to deal with some really sad and unfair circumstances. And what you went through, I'm not saying we've gotten over it, we certainly haven't. But I'm so proud of you for being willing and able to see something you think is wrong. And rather than accept it, you sought to improve it, and when you realized that your influence was not being respected, your time not valued, your expertise undervalued as well, you moved on. And I know there's more to moving on than just physically leaving, and we're both dealing with that. But the first step, and the most important step, was leaving that environment that was harmful. And being able to do that, it takes a lot. And so again, I just want to say I'm so very proud of you. And I hope with time, the wounds that a bad work environment left you with will heal. And even if they don't ever fully heal, and there's scars that kind of stay with you for some time, I'll be here to support you. I can say that with absolute confidence. I'm very proud of our relationship and our willingness to help each other. And that means a lot to me. And I just want to say, as a complete separate note, I'm very happy that the video is still currently recording, because the last time I went all saccharine sweet, I've had 2 instances like this. I think my very first recording with oh gosh, what was the first, with Isaac, and then it was and then that Suika episode that just didn't save. I lost stuff like this, but for once I actually have a video where I can be super heartfelt, say what I mean and what I feel, and it's actually recorded, so one day you may hear it and turn extraordinarily pink, and I'll get to make fun of you for it. Just in case you're currently blushing. Haha, your cheeks are pink. But seriously, I won't belabor the point any further, but I love you, I'm proud of you, and no matter where our paths take us, I hope that they, for as long as possible, stay together. Anyway, what can I talk about next? Alright, I need to have something that's a total palate cleanse from the saccharine, lovey-dovey nonsense. Not that it's actually nonsense, but, you know. If anyone ever else listens to this video, they're gonna... Oh gosh. Oh gosh, I don't want to think about that. Oops. Jumped into that one. Anywho, I suppose... I talked about Klaus, because I enjoyed that movie. What else did we do today? So, I think I mentioned it in the last video. We've been playing a lot of Nova Lands, and I've been quite enjoying that. I'm reaching the point where everything that I'm making is very slow to make, but I've also unlocked all of the lubricants that massively speed up the automated processes. So, I mean, the super lubricant, so there are like 3 tiers of lubricant I've discovered. The base lubricant, the super lubricant, and then the lubricant that's made with dark matter. Because, why not? We're learning to control black holes, we may as well work with antimatter. But I haven't messed around with the dark matter yet because I just haven't reached the point where I can sustainably create it. But the super lubricant increases the speed of everything producing by 4 times, so it's a pretty sizable speed up. But it's actually a game. Nopalance is a game I'm considering learning to speedrun. Steel percent. From what I've seen, there's steel percent, which is on average about a 20 to 25 minute run, which seems super doable. The only other speedrun I've seen of the game is I'm not sure if it's museum percent or 100%, but either way, the video is over 5 hours long, so it is a lot. And I feel like I kind of want to do it even though it's that long, but at the same time, oh gosh, learning to speedrun a game that is 5 hours long, why would I want to do that to myself? Oh, right, Cornifer. Where are you, buddy? Here he is. Isn't this a contrast from the crossroads? Such a humid, lively place. The roads twist and turn in the most wonderful ways. I've done my best to chart the area ahead, though I must admit some of the area's inhabitants prove quite a nuisance. Purchase a map for 60 geo? Heck yeah. Oh, by the way, I haven't introduced myself yet, have I? Yes, I should apologize for that. When you spend a lot of time by yourself with just your own thoughts, you forget the niceties of conversation. My name's Cornifer, and I've always loved exploring the world. Why, when I was first hatched, I wandered off immediately, leaving my brothers and sister and poor mother behind. That's why, as soon as I could, I moved to Dirtmouth with my wife. A huge, unending kingdom to explore right on our doorstep. Who could resist? Anyway, I'll let you return to your travels. With a little luck, we'll meet again. Be safe and farewell. I hear a caterpillar friend, but I may not be able to reach him with my current setup. Let's see if I can go up and find him. No, I can't. Alright, so this is a place... This is an instance where marking a thing on the map would be appropriate. Can I... Oh, I can... Yep, okay, Oh no, where am I? I didn't account for this. I don't have the localizer charm, so I don't actually know where I am. Wait, there's a downward path. I think I can figure this out. There's a path that leads downwards, but no, maybe I'm mistaken. Oops, definitely was mistaken about that drop. Okay. Yeah, there's a drop down here. Where? So maybe, am I here? I doubt that's correct. Oh, you know what? I must be over here. I think. Let's see. Possibly. Well, we're heading in the right direction either way. Alright, well, now that I've kind of gained my bearings, let's see, what else can we talk about? So, I was talking about Novalands, right? So, I'm legitimately, like, playing the game and just thinking about optimizations. I feel like it would be hard to optimize without having to do a whole bit of math, but thankfully, at some point, you unlock the ability to know how long a recipe takes, both unmodded and then after you add the lubricant, how long it takes with the lubricant. So, I feel like I could route a run and consider like ratios. Having played so much Factorio, I've kind of learned how to do that. And so, for example, I've noticed that a lot of the later game materials require 2 of 1 material, but that material crafts twice as fast, so it's still basically a 1-to-1 ratio of what factory to produce the goods. So as long as I know the ratios, I can pretty reliably create things at ratio. But with all that said, though, I imagine there would be a pretty hefty spreadsheet work to make that happen. Not that I think you'd be opposed to making a bunch of spreadsheets about a game that we both enjoy. There we are. Here's the hunter. Tiny squib, you approach fearless. Are you a hunter like me?
Do you feel the urge inside? To stalk, to kill, to understand? Then take it.
That is his voice. My journal. It will aid you. At first the text may seem difficult to discern, but a learned hunter will come to understand its words. Venture the depths of this land and slay its beasts. Prove yourself worthy to bear the mark of a hunter. Tui. taken the Hunter's Journal. Navigate to the journal pane, defeat enemies to add new entries to the journal, and decipher the Hunter's notes. We'll read through that over time, I think. Little Squib, you may have overcome a few creatures, but you are only just beginning. Don't delay, descend into the belly of this world and hunt down the life you find. Churros. Alrighty, off we go. Actually, let me check to the right of him just to make sure there isn't a secret I'm missing. Not that I think there is, but yeah, doesn't hurt to check. Sometimes they do that in this game. Them darn devs and their Metroidvania illusory wall nonsensories. Anywho, I think we're going to continue traveling to the left now. Which I've mostly cleared this area already, so it shouldn't be hard to find my way to the door. Up. Yeah, right in the hubris on that one. Give a quick heal and then travel along. Hornet, come back. I like Hornet. I don't know much about her. I've barely encountered her in my playthrough. Oops. I'm a little impatient on those. Alright. Those who stray from the White King's road shall face the law of Un. I don't actually know if there is anything to these, but I'm going to mark it on the map, just in case there's something worth coming back to. So I believe that was this room here. No, it's not. It's this one. Right there. We're not going to head downwards yet. We'll travel the left path for now first. Or actually, let me pop down and see what's in here. Just to refresh my memories. Huh, it's a good thing I checked. I got a bench. So, fun fact, because I was so good at keeping my health topped up during my first playthrough, I did not learn that benches heal you until I watched you heal at one. And I think I was like 6 hours into the game at that point at least. I had made it all the way to the tier. I was definitely at the Kingdom of Tears, but I think I had already beaten like the Soul Sanctum, and yeah, I must have. So yeah, that was embarrassing. I have to gush about this game's both sound design and music again. The music here is just so nice. Okay, this leads to the fungal place. I'm gonna hold off on going down this way just yet. Although I do look forward to finding the Mantis Village again. It was one of my favorite locations. The bosses there aren't necessarily difficult, but they're quite fun. And they unlock one of the best power-ups in the game, hands down. There's no questioning that. Just gives an immense amount of livability. Oops. I destroyed the statue. Oh yeah, you know what? I should save up at the shopkeep to, be able to get the glow-in-the-dark ability. Also, didn't I just get something... Right, the new charm. Or not, never mind. It was the journal. So we'll read through these. This one's fully done, so we'll read him. Gruzzer, simple-minded creature that haphazardly buzzes around, bumping into things. They only seem dimly aware of their surroundings, making them easy prey to cut your fangs on. What is it that guides them on their paths? It almost seems like they search for ways to die. Well, that's kind of sad. I do not remember what is in here. Oh. Spikes. Dead people. My favorite. I think we're gonna come back later. I don't think I'll be able to mark it on the map since I haven't loaded it in yet, right? Oh, it's already marked. Okay. I guess I'll just... It's already marked, so I won't mark it. Alright, so... I think we... can't travel to the left directly yet. Wait, am I mistaken? Ah! Can I reflect? I can. I can reflect it, but I can't reflect it back at him. Okay. Alright. So I can't go up that way. I can keep going down, but I don't want to. So yeah, I think I head back up and travel to the left, because my goal right now is to reach Hornet. What? I think this is where I unlock the dash at some point. Oh, you know what? Going down may get me the dash. That's important enough that I probably want it. I forget, though. It may be to the left. Man. Alright, we're going back down. I think I get the dash over this way, and I don't want to miss out on that. That's like... that is the other pin, or charm rather, that I have used the most in my entire playthrough. So I have to travel downwards. Oopsie. I messed up. Man, they send you back a fair bit here. Alright. My general rule of thumb is when I suck at platforming, I only platform for so long before I give up. Oh my god. Oh, I'm so bad tonight. Oh man, and I did it so cleanly before. Alright, we're gonna do it this time. I'm just gonna bounce on him a bunch. Boing, boing, bing. Okay, there we go. Easy peasy. Now let's go down to the fungal wastes. Or whatever they're called. Oh, it's the jellyfish fields. Never mind. Fog Canyon. Never mind. This is not where I thought it was. I haven't even explored there on my main playthrough, so we're definitely not going through there tonight. What am I doing? Ooh. Oh. Okay, I was a little greedy on that jump, but I pulled it off. Oh boy. Speedrun strat? Is it optimal? Yes. Is it safe? Well, only if I'm good. Am I good? I'll let you be the judge of that. I think I already have my answer, though. Alright. Grab this free Geo. Oh! Oh! Didn't see that. Saw it now. Got it. I love the little bit of whimsy that the flute brings to this song. I remember these guys. I had such a... I wouldn't say I had a hard time dealing with them, but I realized that I kept trying to chase them to smack them, and it was so hard to get to them without the dash. Once you realize that you just soul strike them, it becomes a lot easier to deal with. Another one. Pew pew. Yeah, see, it's so easy to deal with them if you just use your soul on them. Because they otherwise take, I think, 2 hits to beat. Alright, so Hornet's over there, and I think, rather than traversing, why don't we go ahead and fight her and take our win, get our power up. Alright, so she goes that way. Right, I kind of remember this area. I don't remember where it leads to the Mantis Garden, but I do remember a landmark that I could probably find to get me there. I do think it's... I do believe the entrance to the Fog Canyon is... Or, so not the Fog Canyon. Mantis Village is close to where Fog Canyon is. So I'm not going to find it over here. But that just means that I can't access it without the dash anyway, which I think I get from beating Hornet. We'll see. Let's go follow Hornet for now. Let's stick to the path that I'm intended to take. Alright, so we begin the mad ascent. Oh, what? Oh, hi there. Didn't see you there. I heard you, I just didn't see you. Your camouflage is effective. Anywho, whoop. Easy enemy. But my brain only can comprehend so much on this much sleep. I'm actually sleeping okay. Like I mentioned in the previous video, my house is pretty loud, and on the one hand, for recording that makes things difficult. It also makes it extraordinarily difficult to get a reliable sleep. Combo that with the fact that my sleep schedule normally is semi-nocturnal. I most comfortably sleep between the hours of going to bed somewhere around like 2 to 4 a.m. and waking up somewhere between 10 and noon. And that is not reflected in my family's lifestyle. Well, it's reflected in my sister's, but my parents, my dad wakes up at 4. My mom wakes up whenever, but as soon as she's awake, you know she's awake, because she riles the dogs up and she's rather loud about everything. Again, love her dearly, but there is a little bit of pent-up resentment from all of the lost sleep that she has cost me. I guess. I don't know. I'm probably being meaner to her than I need to be. I do very much love her, and I enjoy her company. My lifestyle is just not necessarily compatible with hers, which is fair. I feel like I'm probably the outlier here in terms of sleep schedule preference. Well, it just means I'm made for night shifts, I suppose. Which can be advantageous if given the right circumstances, although at present I'm not really looking for night shift work. So, you know. I'll stick to my 9 to 5 if I can. 9 to 5 is the dream, though. I've yet to have one of those in my lifetime. I mean, on paper I've had them, but then also I've had the other jobs on top of them, where that 9 to 5 is more in spirit until you look at my full-time schedule, which is full-time at usually 2 different locations. Isn't it great to need to work that much just to be able to pay off your college loans? Haha! It's great. I mean, I haven't had a work schedule like that in a long time. I should be transparent about that. It's pretty much exclusively just, I'll stick to the Hornet Path for now. It's before graduate school, and I guess during graduate school, that was how it was, though. My experiences prior to graduate school, I did my undergrad. I was a biology major specialized into genetics. I don't remember a lick of anything from that. I was also what I would call an honorary biochemistry major because I took all of the courses required to double major in biochemistry. I just didn't officially apply for it, only because I did not want to take inorganic chemistry. I think inorganic chemistry was the single thing keeping me from double majoring in biochemistry. The greater mind once dreamed of leaf, and cast these caverns so. In every bush and every vine the mind of Un reveals itself to us. Prior to graduate school, I took a gap year, which I would say, like, if anyone happens to be listening to this and is on the fence about taking a gap year between, like, either high school into undergrad, is this him? No, it's not. Okay, never mind. Alright, I thought I mixed him up with another boss that I love. Oh, well, aren't you fancy, sir? Oh, I like his music. It's the area theme, but it's made more rambunctious is the word I'm going to choose to use, even though I don't think that's appropriate. But I like it. It adds the extra instrumentals into it. What's the phrase for that? I think it starts with a D. Diatonic, diametric, maybe? Where music changes in context to what you're doing. For example, like, classic example would be the Mario games where you go underwater and suddenly it's playing a song where I think the higher pitched frequencies of the song are not as audible, or they're just completely removed, so it sounds kind of deeper and like muted the way swimming underwater would do to music, I believe. Diatonic, I think it's diametric, but I could be wrong. I've already been here, and I think that's where I came from. To the left, probably. I'm a teensy bit lost. Well, the good news is I can't go this way, which means I'm less lost because I have one less direction to travel. Anyway, so, oh gosh, I've completely lost my train of thought. What was I talking about? Because I feel like it was something I was enjoying talking about. Can anyone pause the recording and... Oh, you're alive again. Oh, you don't get your cool music anymore. You're not as fun. I legitimately can't remember what I was talking about before the boss fight. Oh no. Oh right, my previous experiences. So so again, the gap year for me was, I don't know if life-changing is the correct term to use, but it was resume building, I guess is how I would phrase it. I did so much during that year, and it really paid off for me. I did a month abroad in Germany and studied a little bit about architecture and urban planning, which is completely outside my wheelhouse, but they didn't offer any STEM courses, and it was basically either that or be taught how to speak German, which I already can sort of speak, I guess. I don't want to claim that I'm proficient in the German language, but I can at least do rough translations pretty reliably. I have the understanding that you would expect of probably a 2-year-old. No, not a 2-year-old. I think I can speak a little bit better than a 2-year-old. Like a second grader, maybe, or a 4th grade. I could hold a conversation with a young child in German, is all I'm going to say. The parents would probably be a little upset about that, but at least I could confidently talk to another human being, even if they are in an age group where it's a little disappointing that that's what my German comprehension can boil down to. I mean, I'm probably selling myself short. I mean, I was able to survive in Berlin, which has a pretty heavy English-speaking community, unlike American schools where second languages are taught pretty late into the curriculum. European schools usually start a second language around 2nd grade rather than 6th grade, and those 4 years make a huge difference. They really do. Pardon me. I think I've traveled the wrong direction because this doesn't look gardeny anymore. I'm not quite sure where I am. Well, actually, I do. Uh-oh, someone's been eaten. This guy is such a grumpy butt. I'm gonna heal before I fight this. Let me see if there are any stragglers around that I can get some extra soul on. There we go. Not a whole lot, but I'm gonna... Let's go beat this boss up. Are you even considered a boss? Alright, free soul, I'll take that. Again, they're doing the thing where they, the music, it's still the same, like, I guess it would be motif? Ugh, I hate enemies that just hang barely out of your range. It's like our cat, she stands just outside of arm's reach, but expects me to pet her. Oh, Chroma, you're such a pain in the tuchus. There we go. Easy boss. I forgot what I was talking about again! Oh no! Oh, I think it's bedtime for me. Just what do you think you're doing? You dare to come between me and my prey? Is it a habit of yours to scurry about, getting in the way and causing bother? Know this, cur, I am Zote, the Mighty, a knight of great renown. Cross me again, and you'll find out why they call my weapon Life Ender. What are you still bothering me for? I'm a knight. I'm not interested in your childish games. I need my rest. Begone, lest I draw my nail. Okay. That's it. What a grouch. Alright, hopefully I'm traveling in the correct direction. I'm definitely a little turned around and lost. Ah! I panicked. I did panic there a little bit. Unfortunate. Ah! I panicked again. Ah! Not good. Alright. Yeah, I can tell that my reflexes and my mental capacity are on the decline based on my inability to remember what I've been talking about, followed by my response to those enemies. I should probably call it quits soon. The green children walked from the dream unto these lands. Here we now shall wait, patient for the call to return. I do hear a caterpillar. I need to at least rescue my caterpillar-y buddy. Let's see what's down below. Another one of you. You will not stand between me and my caterpillar friend. Alright, we're just gonna back off and heal, because I'm lame. And then we just do this. Hello, pillar friend! I love the caterpillars. They're so stinking... Okay, that was rude. They're so stinking cute. Oh, you can shoot up. Interesting. Not handling these enemies well. I think they barely touched me in my first playthrough. There we go. Anyway, so I guess I'll just real quick talk about some life experiences. So what I was alluding to on the concept of the 80-hour work week was, I remember I had like an 84-hour work week, I think, once, and I was so proud of myself because that was or not 80. No, it was. Yeah, it was. So in undergrad, like I said, I majored in I basically majored in biochemistry and genetics, but my real calling was organic chemistry. I ended up teaching organic chemistry at my undergrad for a good couple of years, actually. I think either 5 or 6. I started in my second year, effectively in my second semester. Organic chemistry was kind of like my character arc, if you will. I got like a 74 on my first test. I failed my second test and got a 74 on the third. And I realized, okay, well, undergraduate school isn't going well. I'm flunking one of my major science courses, and I need to do something different. So I really like buckled down, started studying really, really hard, and suddenly organic chemistry clicked. I think it's worth for the major sciences, especially if you're looking into like medical or like the more competitive fields, to get a tutor. And the tutor I found was incredible. But I ended up studying organic chemistry maybe like, I would say, between 4 and 6 hours a day. So I really put the effort in, and it paid off. And come the second semester, I was teaching my friends organic chemistry, and then following into the next year, I applied to be an organic chemistry TA. I got the position, and that was kind of where it started. And then so if we don't count the first year, because I mean technically I was still a student, I started teaching organic chemistry in my third year as a TA. I started holding these really huge review sessions. Up here's Hornet. All right, I'll talk about organic chemistry in the next video, or I'll completely forget. But there will be context eventually. I'm sure I'll talk about this inevitably. I've had enough history with organic chemistry not to forget it. Anyway, here we go. New boss. Come no closer, ghost. I've seen you creeping through the undergrowth, stalking me. This old kingdom, a terrible thing awakens. I can smell it in the air. I know what you are. I know what you'd try to do. I cannot allow it. Completely forgot how you work. Whoop. Oh, right. I need to heal. Didn't have enough juice to heal. I know your range. Man, the early bosses' travels are so much slower. That's okay, I have projectiles too. Oops, I didn't mean to short hop there. Ooh, I'm really botching it up. Right, we're gonna back off and we're gonna heal. Oh, I fell for that again. Alright, come over there, and now I have plenty of space to heal. We're gonna use this to heal. I remember this time. I'm curious to know what their like little how the devs of this game came up with their little language. Oops, well that was a waste. We'll go ahead and heal here. And just a couple more hits, I imagine. Pew pew! And she run away. Alright, let's see what we get. And there it is, the Mothwing Cloak. Press RT to dash forwards, use the cloak to dash quickly along the ground or through the air. I hope you are ready to start hearing this sound, because there's going to be a lot of this sound coming. Would it seek to break the seals? They cannot be undone. They must not be undone. They must be undone? Let us sleep, little shadow. Return to your darkness. Allow us our peace. But he refused to fall. Alright. Oopsie. Can I get that? I can if I do this. So what I'll do is I'll get out of this room and then I'll go to my nearest bench so I can save and quit out. Or maybe I'll do that off screen. But with all that said, more about my backstory and my character arc. Oh god, I can't believe I'd call it that. More on that on another night. Oh, perfect, a bench. Alright, let's talk to this guy. Oh, hello there. Seems we both tread far from the path. I can hardly believe those dusty old highways led to such a lush and lively place. This building suggests some form of worship, though its idol has clearly been long forgotten. Doubles equally well for a moment's respite. I saw a strange fellow out there. He seemed quite taken by the lake. I planned to offer greetings, though figured I'd first tend to my nail on chance of our meeting going poorly. Your nail looks a fine instrument, but is showing signs of wear. I'd wager up there it would take you far. Down here, however, I suspect you'll soon meet dangers the surface world can't match. Hollowness is perfect for vigilant explorers like us. So tense and thrilling. In this place, you're either alert or you're dead. Well then. I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope if you're awake, it's helping you fall asleep. I hope you're sleeping well if you're already asleep. I love you, Kiwi. I'll see you in the next one. Oh, the setup is so bad. I can't reach the power. I'm gonna get it. And stop.